Communications presents To the Survivors, Episode 10. Episode title, Redemption, written by Biola Olatunde, inspired by the book To the Survivors by Robert Otaro. Life deals us all types of cards. How we perceive them and understand them determines how we handle those cards. Religion is okay in the right doses, but sometimes we need to take a practical approach to the issues of life. I have come across some interesting people in the course of this program. I've been humbled by the responses of some of them. I did not realize how wide was the issue of rape and how endemic it is really in our society. I'm still trying to get over the very last episode where we learned that even here in Akure, sodomy, homosexuality is rife. Welcome to the survivors. Our transmission time has been changed. We will now air from 1 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. Same day, same station. We are still the same. Please tune in every Wednesday. Rape is a stain on humanity. Let's stop and act against all issues of rape.
How do you feel this morning? You woke up around 3 a.m. Tino, what is the problem?
I'm just very restless and sad.
Want to share?
Not much, Banji. Just really worried about Kate and wondering how I can help fix her.
I understand you, my dear. But there is very little you can do except talk to her, you know. Even at that, she needs to come to terms with herself first.
Just imagine, Banji, if you should rape me.
Tino!
Don't sound so shocked. Do you imagine how I would feel if you had done that?
But how can you be thinking I could ever do that?
Exactly. How do you think Kate felt about Dominic? How could he do that? She trusted him and I think she loved him. She comes to the office now very quiet as a mouse, except she has broken 2 of my lovely teacups in a week. You know, at the rate she's going, she might even break all of them. I've not said anything, but she goes to the ladies and cries her eyes out because she says she broke my teacups. Like, it is crazy. Her eyes are always far away and she forgets assignments. I'm really trying not to lose my temper sometimes.
How do we help?
I wish I knew.
It is keeping you restless at night. Let's eat out tonight, you know, have dinner and drive around a bit. We used to be able to do that. What happened to us?
Nothing happened. We just got very busy. Well, thanks for the offer.
Don't say no. I will be ready for 7. Should I pick you in the office or you would be home?
I'll be home.
Hello? Looking for someone?
Yes. Hello. I would like to see Mr. Roberts, please.
And who wants to see him?
My name is Dominic.
The friggin' rapist?
I need your help, sir.
What the hell do you want? A drug? Or another girl? And why are you in my office?
Please hear me out, sir.
I hope I will not strangle you instead.
I didn't think you would listen. Sorry to have tried. Have a good day.
Sit down.
Stop
talking and sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Now talk. Why?
I don't...
Why are you here? That is my first why. I have several whys.
How do I tell Kate I am sorry? And how will she believe me?
That is my second why. Why did you do it? What was the fun drugging your girl and then rape her?
I don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know? Do you have mental problems understanding that real men don't rape?
I am sorry, sir.
Stop saying that. It is irritating. Why did you drug her?
I did not know she would go so limp. It was just to energize her, but obviously she did not like it.
Jesus. Which realm do you come from? Do you need drug to get down with a girl?
It was just to get her more active. I like her a lot. I did not realize she would not like it. Girls like it when you're rough. A little bit of the drug and she's as wild as you want. Sometimes you don't remember much except the headaches and stuff. I was surprised that she went limp. Thought it was her style. She just kept staring at me. When she woke up, she slapped me and started crying. That was when I realized
That you are one stupid jerk.
I'm sorry. I want to make amends. I have been to her house and her mother was there. I have been barred from the office. She would not pick my calls.
Why are you sorry, Dominic? Why?
I didn't know she would not like it.
Is that the way you caught a girl?
Court? I'm not going to court, sir.
Is that the way you... What exactly do you have in mind for her?
As in, she's my bae, sir.
Please, speak English.
Yes, sir. Kate is cool, sir. She has a big swag, and I thought she would be hot.
Did you go to school?
Of course. Just finished my MSc, really. Have served, did my NYC in Katsina.
And you do not understand what rape is, I can guess.
I already explained. I really made a mess, sir. I am not really that kind of a person. I needed the drink to give myself courage. I'm always scared of touching her. She was always cool, like she knows a lot of things. And I wanted to let her think I'm a hard guy, you know? A for Alpha. My friends advised me to show her who was the boss. Then later, when she cried, I felt I lost everything.
You are mentally uneducated. Now listen to me.
I don't believe it. Dominic visited you and you did not call the police. Men supporting men, I suppose.
I support rapists, I suppose.
You said you talked with him. How can you even talk to him?
I am sorry. I should have called you to bring your cutlass.
What do you mean by that?
I am disappointed.
Like, I should have hugged him, right? Did you give him a drink? Check with him how it felt holding a helpless girl down?
I think we should stop this conversation right now. We have brought the rape back into the house. I understand why Dominic came to me. I will see you later. By the way, don't make dinner.
Suit yourself.
Oh.
Ugh, what a day. No need to act the injured party.
You called me a rapist.
Haba, I did not.
Thanks.
Banji, see, I am having a very hard day. Kate tried to kill herself, and I come home and find you have been holding hands with Dominic.
Shut up for a minute and tell me what happened.
Her mom came to us weeping that Kate shut herself in the room and refused to eat or talk. Remember those my teacups, yeah?
For Lord's sake, Tinu, speak.
I am. The mother smelled something funny and called on a neighbor's son to crash the door open. They got to Kate before she could drink the sniper she had mixed.
That was taking things to the extreme. Where is she now?
In the car, wondering which place to take her.
Bring her in for the night and we will call around and ask for places she can go for counseling.
She's just sitting in the car like a broken doll. Has Dominic been taken to the police station?
He offered to report himself to the police and I said no. I called Tunde.
I don't understand.
Remember that time when we asked Kike to write down her priorities when we caught her using makeup because she was going to sleep over at Tina's house?
What has that got to do with this?
We have forgotten how to be parents. The economy has made us really poor in the moral indices we have handed over to our children. Dominic more or less grew up in the street with his friends. The irony of it is, he comes from a very rich home, but his parents are mentally asleep.
What do you mean?
Okay. When Dominic knocked on the door,
Okay.
I was ready to chew him.
Good.
That is until I noticed a very nervous, ignorant young man. He was genuinely shocked at what he had done. By the time he finished explaining himself, he was sobbing hard like a baby. He assumed that raping and drugging a girl was another experiment. His friends who put him up to it also told him that it was a male thing. He had been invited to gang rape before he saw how the poor wretched girl was crying and begging, so he ran away. However, he kept the picture in his mind. His friends assured him if he liked the girl enough, it could be his first attempt at rape. I was sick to my stomach as he talked. Then I sensed that he had lost himself in the new craze of trying everything bad like his friends. What became his saving grace was Kate's reaction. It brought him close to his lack of mental alertness.
He raped his girl as a stepping stone to gang rape.
He was planning to be a member of the cult. It was a requirement.
Oh dear Lord in heaven.
He was shocked by himself to learn he cared much about Kate than he realized. There is desperation about him to ask Kate to forgive him.
Never!
Dominic needs redemption. He is truly sorry. Why not deny the darkness another recruit? Dominic's remorse is one less potential rapist. He needs redemption like every sinner who is remorseful. He needs counseling like Kate. Being an alpha male has nothing to do with being a rapist. Only a fool is afraid of a no. I think I would like to join in any class that will teach my fellow men what it really means to be a man.
That is true, Banji. Real men never rape. Well, I am sorry I implied that just now.
I am going to sue for damages. So I declare that as compensation, I will take you to dinner tonight. There will be no act of Dominic.
Woke up one Sunday morning, told my daddy I'm leaving home. Going off to the city tomorrow, even though I don't know where to go. Daddy says, son, don't be a fool, 'cause life in the city is unbelievable. You could get broken, oh, you're just a little boy, and you may never find your way. And I said, I know I could get lost. I know I could get broken. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Badura for me. Pray I find my way. Gori ba mi she. Oh, forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Badura for me. Pray I find my way. Gori ba mi she. Oh, forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Hello, Daddy, how you doing? Hope Mama's doing okay. Been 4 years and 11 months now. Hello, it was true what you said to me. The life in the city is unbelievable. Had to struggle just to get by every day, and I could barely find my way. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé mo lè ṣìnà.
You're listening to the program To the Survivors. Rape is a stain on humanity. Let's stop and act against all issues of rape. There will be no act of Dominic. Real men don't rape. Akiwumi Ambode expressed that in very clear terms when he took a walk in Lagos to demonstrate against the act of rape. I have in the studio today On to the survivors, a lawyer and also an activist. He is in the person of Toyosi Ayeleso. I happen to know him at a different angle, but I'm not going to be talking about that now. I also have in my panel, as usual, Kunle Oluyide. You're welcome to the program. I also want to welcome Ayokunle Ajishafe, my regulars, Serena Grace, and of course, she's smiling already, Creative Jimmy. I am also not forgetting short and peppery pasty Dunsi Uluwadari. You need to see her haircut today. She's going to give the men something to talk about. Unfortunately, it's a radio program. You will have seen what she looks like now from what she looked like the last time we recorded. Now, let me take the question straight ahead to Toyosi. You have heard that drama series. What recourse is there for a rapist who is remorseful? Should he go to the police?
Well, that's quite deep. So a rapist is a rapist, first of all, remorseful or not, and there are consequences for action. So for me, I'm more particular about the survivor than even the rapist. So as much as he's depressed and is quite sad about it, he is.
The law is the law, right?
The law is the law.
Now, there's an interesting situation that I'd like to talk to you about. Kate used to be Dominic's girl, or as the idiot said, his bae.
It's big, yeah.
I hear this kind of, I hear about a boo, I hear about a bae. Cows used to make moo, so I don't know about somebody calling another boyfriend a boo. But the issue is, they went out on a date, and at the end of the date, as will be usual, she called him in, invited him in, and he spiked her drink.
Mm-hmm.
He spiked his own drink as well, but he spiked
Was
her
curious.
drink. Yes, and she went limp. She reacted negatively to the drug, and in the process, he stripped her and then raped her. Can she go to court? Does she have any legal recourse that will bring her closure? She's close to killing herself because she doesn't know what else she can do.
Rape is absence of consent. So the law says the consent can either be expressed or be implied. Oftentimes, as lawyers, we're forced to look at circumstances surrounding the rape more than just the actual incidence of yes or no. But obviously, for her to have been drugged, then she wouldn't have had consent. So she definitely has recourse.
In Nigeria's law system,
Yes, she does. The only unfortunate thing is it takes too long and it gets frustrating because the legal system in Nigeria is not that structured yet. So it takes quite a while. But I mean, the reason why all of these things happen is because you're not also allowed to judge a person by just mere report. I mean, you're supposed to hear both sides. But right now she's almost at the verge of killing herself. So I think most importantly, she should seek a therapist than just going to court.
according to our own understanding, Tinu has been asking her to seek a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
But in our own understanding, since she cannot prove the rape, because she came out of the limp situation and then she slapped Dominic
Mm-hmm.
and chased Dominic out of her house, she has no way to prove that she had been raped. You know, the Nigerian legal system will ask you, come as you are if you are raped. How can she go as she was to the police station or to the hospital?
I mean, so there are circumstances surrounding the entire occurrence. So looking at it from the legal aspect, right, it is very quite complex because it has to do with a lot of evidence. It's a criminal matter. But of course, there is recourse, and she has to definitely start. She can't just keep thinking about the entire, should I go or should I not go? She has to do something. She has been raped. I mean, Dominic has to be taught a lesson. He did, and from the script of obviously he did. She's drugged. She lost consent, and she can seek recourse.
You're listening to the program To the Survivors. Has anybody else on the panel heard anything to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Toyosi,
Okay.
I want to direct these questions for you. Like I said earlier, during the course of the program, we heard it's a male thing. The
To rape.
it's not about the raping thingy. Having to drug the girl and then having to rape her. It's the male thing. And he had to do it because of peer pressure from his friends. I don't know how to do it. Please explain to her what's that male thing.
Trust me, there's no rape male thing in being drugged and getting raped. I mean, it's bullshit.
The point is, the guy
What does the society...
had to spike her drink, thinking she was going to like it.
Okay, so he was not having the intention of...
Exactly. He did not have the intention to rape her, but he knows that there's this guy thing that they feel that girls like it rough.
Okay, so I like
Do you
to say that ignorance of the fact is an excuse, but ignorance of the law is not an excuse. I mean, the fact that out of curiosity you do something illegal does not make it to be legal.
Yeah,
I mean, so she lost consent to rape her.
yeah.
So regarding the issue of
The male thing.
the male thing,
Yeah.
a lot of people are curious, and so people do a lot of stuff out of curiosity.
Okay.
And that's why programs like this are quite necessary, to create as much awareness as possible so that another person gets to understand it. There's no male thing in getting somebody drugged. It's okay.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody's responsible. So Dominic's taking up the drug by himself was something he consented to, wanted to do that. But he's not responsible for somebody else's life to the extent of making her be on drugs without her consent.
Mr. Teosi, I want to say something because this thing is not even only an issue of rape. When the lady was drugged, there's this particular drug that said the guy gave to the girl.
Roofies, yeah.
And Roofies, and this drug won't even make you fertile even after the rape. Even if you should sleep with thousands of men, you will never be fertile. There are two things here: rape and I don't know what I will call infertility. And you
That's
know this
it.
has damaged the girl. According to law, what should we expect as punishment?
Rape is a criminal offense and the court would not take it lightly. But quick enough, I also want to state that you do not judge just from what you've read from a script. I mean, or what you've heard from somebody. I mean, even if this is a real life scenario, because like I said, there are circumstances surrounding every criminal act. And so there's a legal process. Go to the police station, inform them, the case is charged to court, they hear both witnesses. If it's found guilty, there are really, really stern measures that the courts will take against him. So I wrote my project on an appraisal of the legal status of women in Nigeria, the right to dignity. And in considering the right to dignity of women in Nigeria, I considered rape. I mean, so there's a long, tedious, and almost diminishing process that women undergo when they have to prove rape, including actual penetration. All of these things make the law quite complex and it makes it quite discouraging. So a lot of time, of course, seek legal resource. It is definitely necessary, but there's a need to help the lady. I mean, which is quite really, really important. She's losing her mind, she's losing herself, and taking her to court to come and stand as a witness right now might not be the most interesting thing.
I don't think she can go to court because, according to the script, they were dating.
You can go to court. I mean,
No,
the fact that they were dating doesn't mean she can't get raped.
I understand what Teos is saying. What Teos is saying is this. Because she was under the influence of drugs,
So she lost consent.
that she did not take herself. She took it without her own consent. You understand? She didn't
So
understand.
you know that it's as complex as a lady might want to have sex but change her mind.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that you might even go to your boyfriend's house with the intention of having sex, and you get there, you get pissed off, and you change your mind. So it's not enough to say that they were dating, and so he could have forcefully had intercourse with her.
Now, Teos, I want to take it from another angle. When we hear Dominic's story,
Yeah.
I want to pick out something we are leaving out, which is very, very peculiar to the society we find ourselves. You are a young person and you mingle with a lot of people in the entertainment world. What's your take? Ladies love it rough. You know, he made that statement. He said, ladies love it rough. I partially agree, but I believe there should be a discussion. But what's your take?
On if ladies love you rough. So the question will be, ladies, do you love you rough? But I'm going to say, I mean, read about it. There are a lot of sayings that ladies love you rough, right? But bringing it to the script again, he could have discussed drug with her. And at that point, there is consent. So consent is as simple as...
I don't understand. He
could have actually discussed and say, hey,
he wants to drug her.
I mean, yeah, can we do drugs and get very hyper? It is wrong. Drugs are wrong. But at that point, it becomes, I mean, they're taking drugs illegally, but there's no incidence of rape.
There's a problem with the guy thinking that he has to take drugs to be able.
Obviously, and that's where peer pressure comes in.
That's the point we're trying
So
to.
there is a problem with the guy. I mean, and he's admitting to the problem, but I mean, that does not make the fact that he has messed up with somebody. The fact that this guy is sorry about this is not supposed to be something that we get sympathetic about.
There's a question that Jimmy asked, and I've been waiting for you to give me an answer to that. There are two problems that Kate has. First, she's drugged, it's part of still one, and then she's raped. But the coup de grace that she's get after that is the fact that even if she moves on with her life and meets another man, she's not likely to be a mother of her own natural self. She can only be a mother if she adopts a child. For the understanding that Dominic has is that the drug he gave her will not only render her infertile in the way he's raped her so that she can't come back and claim a child has come out of it, but that if she marries even any other male, she's not likely to get pregnant. What kind of damages can she claim from the law, and how can that be proved?
That means there's a civil and there's a criminal side to it. There's a civil action side to it. There's tort. So, because it was deliberate about what it did. So, under law of tort, she can sue. She can sue rather. And there are a lot of damages she can actually sue for because it was very deliberate about it. There's intent. Of course, she has to talk to a lawyer, and for cases like this, there are criminal and there are civil actions. So she can take up criminal actions regarding rape, and she can take up civil actions regarding the damages that were done to her quite intentionally.
You're listening to the program To the Survivors.
Hello, Daddy, how you doing? Hope Mama's doing okay. Been 4 years and 11 months now. Hello, it was true what you said to me. The life in the city is unbelievable. Had to struggle just to get by every day, and I could barely find my way. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé mo lè ṣìnà. Mo rí pé ayé le ṣòro. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Gbàdúrà fún mi. Kò ní bá mi ṣe. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me.
Okay, Toyosi, I understand that young men of today, in order to protect themselves from becoming emergency fathers, not intending to marry the girl they're dating at the moment, also ensure that when they do make love with her, she can't get pregnant. They're not looking at what is in the future for her. This information is for all of us, for us to understand something that is basically wrong today in our societies. We find drug and sex going hand in hand like you are taking water. So what kind of protection, what kind of legal redress can girls have with their supposed boyfriends that they think they are serious with? The girls want to get married, the boys don't want to get, the boys want to get married, the boos are not interested.
I'm a lawyer, yes, called to bar for about 4 years, and I also run an event experience company with as many as 82 events every year and counting. So I get to talk to a lot of young people, curious young people. People who are interested in doing ushering makeup because they just want to be. So there's a lot of wannabes in young people, right? And all of this is driven by curiosity and the need to know, because a lot of people do not know. What's good is what we know. So oftentimes, drugs and all of this stuff is because of you're talking to only one person who is trying to make you know. So that is what you know. You do not even know quite well enough. Some of these guys do not know that these girls cannot give birth subsequently. But looking at it from the legal angle, the law doesn't care. Like I said, ignorance of the fact is an excuse. But ignorance of the law is not an excuse. The fact that you did not know that this thing is illegal does not mean you will not get punished for it. So ladies can seek redress, but looking at it on the bigger impact of the society, so seeking redress is not really the solution. I mean, the media, young people, organizations need to understand the importance of investing in sexual education, and investing in not just sexual education, investing in educating people about repercussions, letting them know that you can go to jail and waste your life if you do this, and letting them also know that there are also stuff you can do to have quite a lot of fun without getting into trouble, without getting nasty. And most importantly, or probably not most importantly, I'm really usually concerned about what happens to these girls afterwards, not just health-wise, not just kids-wise, but psychologically. I mean, a lot of people have had, so depression is real. I'm an ambassador for Mentally Aware Nigeria. I've been on their pages quite a number of times, and we've had conversations with people. Depression is quite real. From the storyline, it is obvious that the girl is no longer herself. She's not sane. I mean, she's losing a job, she's losing a life. I mean, so it means that the country has lost one of us psychologically. And the reason why going to court is not that easy is because supposedly, imagine she was a pastor's kid, say a regional pastor. A parent would shut her up from even going out because they're conscious about their reputation. So there's a lot of damage. So I think that people need to be encouraged to voice out. They need to be sure that there are therapies. Sanana was telling me sometime that don't go to your pastor. Trust me, I mean, the pastor, if your pastor is not a therapist, you don't need to talk to your pastor. Look out for the right people to talk to and not your friends. I saw another organization while I was coming here that does all of these things. So people need to understand the importance of healing, and they must be ready to heal. So for her, I think the first stage is being ready to heal. They need to bring her to the consciousness of saying this has happened, but you can heal.
But then we don't have enough organizations.
No, we don't.
In those states, for instance, I keep hearing you talk about Mentally Aware. I don't know whether they have an office here in Akure.
So I think that what we need to do, if we're discontent, is to talk to organizations to come to Akure. They do not have any reason why they're not coming to Akure. They don't have anything against Akure. If they're not here, you can call them. But I think that right now, it all has to do with all of us who are interested in helping these people heal and stopping this ill by talking to these organizations to come around. Serena has spoken to me about people having some of these, experiences, even here in Akure. So it's high time that people in Akure have this stuff, pick up their phone and call. Know that you can get counsel. Know that you can still fix your life together. Be ready to heal.
Okay, to Mr. Toyosi, I just want to ask, from the storyline we could see that Dominic was from a rich family.
Yes.
Now we see situations whereby even we have people who have reported to police and through maybe the rich father or the rich mother does something and the story, the case is being shut off.
It's a system problem.
So now you said it's a system problem and we have the law. Now is there a way to stop, or is there an organization that can still stand against all odds?
So trust me, what the advantage of going to an organization is not just you, right?
Is the system problem. Has the government the balls to make even rich people own up to the law?
Yes, the government does. And another thing is organizations can. So one of the advantages that these organizations have is some of them are getting to have the media. And so it is obvious. I mean, if 200 people are making noise saying safe Kate, the government would be forced to listen. I mean, we still all need to understand that government, has to do with people, and people can actually make enough. The media is as powerful as almost the government.
Seriously, I'm going to take you up on the media. You just talked about the media.
Okay.
The media is strong. You work with a media outfit, or you run a media outfit. What are you guys doing to help sensitize people about these ills? Because now the media, the first point of call to young people in this country, not just in this country, all over the world, is the media. The media determines what we do. The influence of drugs, the influence of sex is determined by the media. What is your company as a media do?
So number one thing is I am here. I'm doing something. Number two is the fact that we're even saying that we're part of Mentally Aware Nigeria shows that we're doing something. So we're very, very conscious about this. But for my company, we're more particular about not just making a lot of noise to say rapists don't rape, but about helping the rape survivors get help. We need to let people know that rape happens. It is terrible, but it's not the end of life. That's what we're more driven about.
As a lawyer, I hope you are going to help us to empower mentally aware And I know as well you have connections with the government.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. I know that for sure.
I don't
because
even know
we've
that.
done events together and we've done all that together. So please, we're trying to please tell you to please help us spread the awareness and let them know. Because most people don't know that things like this happen, and we want you to.
We're about 10 in this room. We should all tweet about it. Put it up on Facebook. That's where it starts from.
I think we should do that right away.
Yes, we should.
Well, we'll go on Twitter, we'll go on Facebook.
Yes.
The last question I have for you before I hand over to Biola. Now, parents have a lot of work to do when it comes to the well-being of the children. Last week we discussed with Mrs. Taiwo Akindeko, and she told us of a woman who left the child with the grandmother and the houseboy, and the houseboy was raping or was having carnal knowledge of the boys. You know, now what would be your advice as we wrap this episode up? What's your advice to parents? We know the economy is crazy, and parents now in Nigeria, when we're growing up, we're not used to parents running 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Now parents have to run like 5 jobs in Nigeria now. What will be your counsel to them?
So first is parents need to read about these things. They need to be educated. I mean, look out for knowledge to say what's happening in society regarding all of these things. And they need to take extra care and caution. I mean, but most importantly, you're only as good as you know. So they really need to pay extra caution to their kids. If you see your child who is really excited going suddenly, I mean, too calm, you need to pay extra attention to them, because from the little stuffs I've read, for kids who start to get molested, there's usually a change in mood. You know, so you need to look out for all of these things. I mean, on your kids, check them out every day, have conversations with them, and I mean, let them build trust enough so that they can talk to you. So it's hard, but parents need to build trust. Stop shouting on us and say, hey, you can do this. No, build trust and let your kids.
Well, Theosi has emphasized on one thing today. You are as good as what you know. Thank you very much.
You're as good as what you know, but as a parent, don't shout or scream
Listen.
orders. Sit down and talk to your child. Your child remains your child for as long as both of you are alive, even though you recognize that there will come a time when you had to hand over the responsibility of being an adult to your own child. I would like to thank our lawyer Toyosi Ayeleso for giving us a very beautiful time, and we are hoping he will now pay and give us sponsorship so that he will encourage us to keep talking about mentally aware and CSI. This program is available for sponsorship, and we're looking for the kind of sponsors that will give us the opportunity to research and expand the view so that we learn as much as we can. So thank you, lawyer Toyosi Ayeleso, for coming on the program and speaking very intelligently.
So yeah, thank you for having me. If you want to reach out to me, so like I said, I'm a lawyer. I do events to event experiences, and I am an ambassador for Mentally Aware, so you can reach out via 080-6920-4058. 080-6920-4058. Thank you.
And also to the survivors, if you have any questions, you have information, suggestions, or you would like to be a sponsor for this program, or a party sponsor, or you have services you would like to advertise on our program, reach us at 0803-472-3894. Once again, the number is 0803-472-3894.
That drink on God, Rebellico. My father, way why you all look cool. Who do this beat, not lay low. Say low, top of timber, shoot go, who go. Sadi kaba kaba for be alaba. Top of timber, Sadi mado de alaba. Dodge body and shoot the quad timber. Sadi for fence, my draw de sumbo. Do kaba kaba shake with it. No be shitty. One bullet with it. I'm on my minute. Biddy lower dilly. Would it go biddy? Give me the little with it. Hey, my shy, I be a. We are now, we're so saying. Hold up, power, they move. I like to go up with the wire.
I'd like to thank everybody for being on this program. Ayokule Ajishafe, Kunle Oluyide, Serena Grace, Creative Jumi, Dunsin Oluwadare. I give you very beautiful thank you. We would like to thank our sponsors, Robert Taro and friends, who have gathered round to ensure that we can have this program. If you do have questions, thoughts, suggestions, please send text to WhatsApp 0803-472-3894. I'd like to thank Oluwaseun Olajorin for being the hand on the button, peaceful, patient, and enterprising for all the time we spent together. This is Biola Olatunde. I'll see you next week.